is data validation in Excel. So it is a feature by Microsoft Excel where it can restrict data entry into certain cells by using data validation, and it will prompt the users to enter valid data in the cells based on the rules and restrictions provided by the creator of that particular sheet. Now this would be a little confusing to understand, so to understand it in a much better way, let's get back to the practical way where we will start entering some data validation rules to our Excel sheet and try to enter data into it. Now we are on the Microsoft Excel, and this particular sheet is based on employee ID, employee name, employee department, employee salary, fiscal year, and work timings of the employees. Now we will be applying some data validation rules to each and every column and try to enter data based on the rules we have entered. Now for the first one, which is the employee ID, we'll enter rules based on the employee ID number. So to apply the data validation, you need to go into the data tab on the toolbar, and inside the ribbon you can see data tools group, and in the data tools group you have the option of data validation. Now select the entire column, go to the data tools group, select data validation option, and you will have this particular pop-up menu. And here you can see different types of options. So since we are entering employee ID, it would be a whole number. So let us select whole number option. And now here you can see the option of between, not equal to, not between, greater than, less than, etc. So let us select between, and let us assume that your employee ID has 5 numbers, and it should be between 10,000 to 11,000. So let us provide 10,000 and 11,000. Now select OK, and now the new rule has been applied. So now the minimum value of each and every employee ID should be equal to or more than 10,000 and less than 11,000, and it should have 5 digits. Now let's try to enter a wrong employee ID, that is just 1. There you go. You can see that Microsoft Excel is not allowing you to include a wrong number. It says this value does not match the data validation restrictions defined for this cell. So now you can press retry and try to enter some number which is in between 10,000 to 11,000. Now it is 10,901, and this will take the entry. Now let us assume that because I am the creator of this sheet, I know what should be entered here. But what if I give this sheet to you and you are the person who is trying to enter the number and it shows the error and you don't know what was the error, right? To avoid this kind of confusion, what you can do is you can do some ways where you can provide the message to the user. So that can be done by, okay, let's select the sheet again and go to the data validation, and here you have the same settings. Now here you have another option saying input message. So before input message, let us go to error alert. Now here the error title would be data entered is not valid. Please enter. This is the error message. Please enter EMP ID between 10,000 to 11,000. Press OK. Now when you try to enter the wrong number, it will show that particular error alert message. See, data entered is not valid. Please enter employee ID between 10,000 to 11,000. Now this is fine, but how long this will be, what if there is an option where you just hover over to this cell and it automatically tells you to enter the value between 10,000 to 11,000 without having to face the error? Yeah, even that can be done. So you can select the entire column, go to data validation, and here this is the input message. This is where you can do that. So here you can write the message name, valid data. Please enter data between 10,000 to 11,000. Now when you hover over to any cell in this particular column, it will automatically show you this message where you can avoid all the errors. Just select OK. See, when you select any cell in this particular column, it will automatically tell you please enter data between 10,000 to 11,000. So here you don't have to face any errors, right? Now let us try to enter the valid data 10902, and it will take it as the correct value, and again 10903. Now in case if you try to provide the wrong number, it will show the error. See? So that's how it is. Now we have finished the whole number part. Now let's get into the employee name, where we have to provide the second type, that is text length. Now let us imagine that in your company you're trying to provide ID cards to your employees, and you know that ID card is really small, and inside that ID card you need to include the employee photograph and your company name, employee ID, blood group, phone number, address, everything, and also you need to include the name of the employee. So what if there is an employee with very lengthy name, like 30 characters, 40 characters? Yeah, in India it is really possible that you might have a lengthy name. So what you can do is you can provide the text length where the text is limited to like 15 or 20 characters. So you can include that name in the ID card. So you can do that by allowing the data validation criteria with text length. Minimum can be anything, so minimum can be 1, and maximum here you can provide 15, and press OK. Okay, minimum will change it to at least 2, and yeah, let it be 1. So minimum is 1 and maximum is 15 characters, and press OK. And let us also provide the input message. Enter character type, character data. Please enter valid name. And error alert, invalid data. Please enter valid data. Okay, please enter characters less than 50. Press OK. Now let us try to enter a random name. Okay, we'll enter characters more than 15 here. QWERTY 0. Yeah, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11. Okay, now this is more than 15. Okay, I think it's not more than 15. Let's try to enter a little bit more characters. Yeah, now we have entered more than 15 characters and it is showing please enter characters less than 15. So now we can retry and try to enter some valid name. Now we have characters less than 50, so it will take as the proper name. Now let us try to enter another name. I'm just entering some random data. So another name maybe. Great. Now the next type of data validation is also done. Now let us get into employee department. Employee department is something really superb. So I'll tell you about it. It's actually a list. Now let us finish the other ones first. That is employee salary, fiscal year and work timings. After that we'll learn about the list one. Now let's come into employee salary. So salary is something where you have to include decimal points. So now let us go to data validation, and inside the values we have already dealt with whole number, text length. Yeah, now we'll deal with employee salary, that is decimal. Now minimum is, okay, what is the minimum can be 1 0.00, and maximum can be 1 lakh 0.00, or let us put that as 10 lakhs. Press OK. Okay, not just then. Enter valid salary. Okay, now let's change it to minimum as 10,000. So the employee minimum salary will be 10,000, and input enter valid salary. Enter salary between 10,000 to 10 lakhs. Let us include a comma here too. Now error alert, invalid salary, please enter between 10,000 to 10 lakhs. Press OK. Now the message and data validation conditions are applied to this column. Now let us try to enter some invalid data first. It will show the error. Now we need to enter the valid data. Yeah. Now it is taking the valid data. Let us provide 20,000 and this has 35,000. Now the next one is fiscal year. Let us imagine that we wanted to work on the employees for current working year, that is 2020 to 2021, and or you can consider 2021 to 2022, not more than 2021 and not less than 2021. For that you can provide the year option as well. So for that you need to select the entire column, go to data validation, settings, and inside here you have an option of date. So let us provide the date option as between, and start date is 01/01/2021 and end date is 01/01/2022, and input message, let us provide data as current fiscal year, current financial year. Enter date between 2021 to 2022. Let us copy this and go into error alert. Error message will be seen, invalid date. Select OK. Now the error message and the data input message and the data validation rule has been applied for this column. So let's try to enter some date here. You can enter 02 of February 2021. It will take as the correct data. Now let's try to enter some wrong data which is apart from 2022, 02/2022. It will not take this, it will throw error. So that's how it works. Now let us try to enter as 2021 and this as March. It will take it. Now another data, 04 this time, and 2021. So that's how your data validation will work. Now coming into the next type of data validation, that is time. So we have time here. Let us imagine that you are providing some work timings to your employees. That should be from 9 AM to 5 PM, not more than that. So you want to keep your work life balance for all your employees. So you just want them to work between 9 to 5 and that should be fine. And anything apart from that time should be invalid. So you can do that by selecting time option between. It should be in between, and the start time will be 0900 and this should be 17. That is 5 p.m. in the evening. And input message, please enter time between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. This should be the input message. Now error alert, invalid time, error message. Okay. Now, okay, work timings. Now this should be okay. We can do this as 2 columns actually. Let us cancel. Let us copy this and paste it here. You can do it as login timing, and this should be okay. This should be as log out. So this should be okay. So this will be considered as login and log out times. Now let us provide the login time. This should be the right time, and let's try to provide wrong timings, 08. Now it will not take it, it will throw as error. So it's working fine. Let us provide 10. Now let us provide the logout time. It should be below 5 p.m. So let us provide 5. It will take it. Okay. Let's try to provide something just 1 minute less than 5. That is 59. Okay. There is some problem in this. Let's check it. Okay, it is taking 3, that is including seconds. Okay, let's provide seconds as well. Zero 5 0 0 0 0. Okay, still there is some problem. Okay, we have entered 4. We are supposed to enter 24-hour timing, right? 14. Okay, it should be 17. I think this will work. Yeah. Now we are following 24-hour timing here. So let's provide another timing, that is 16:30 00. This will be valid, and 15:30. Yes, this is also valid. Now we have finished almost all types of data validation things. That is, we have finished with any value, whole number, decimal, date, timing, test length, and the last one is list. So this is where things get interesting. Now let's cancel this. Now select the employee column. Now if you're running a company, then definitely you'll not have only one department in it. You might have multiple departments, right? So let us consider that you have a software development company. So in that, the basic departments will be software development team and software testing team. So what you can do is you can provide a list. So using that list, you can just hover over to that cell, select the drop down menu, and inside that you can select the option. So we will try to work something like that. If we have selected the entire column, selection, okay. Let us select the entire column again. Go to data validation. The selection contains some cells without data validation settings. Do you want to extend data validation to these cells? Yes. Now let us provide the list option, and here source you can provide as developer and tester. Press OK. Okay. Now input message, select one, error alert, invalid data, select from drop down only. Press OK. Now when you select the cell, you can see small drop down icon, right? So when you press it, you will have developer and tester option. So you can select developer for first one, and for second one you can select tester, right? Okay, this is good for one or two options, maybe three, or even maybe like 5. But what if you have more departments? Okay, let's go to this second sheet where we have the department data. So here we have like 15 departments, or 15 employee type names. So the first one is CEO, second is developer, tester, quality analyst, system analyst, finance, human resource. So many options are there. So you cannot keep on typing all of them, right? So here it is 15. What if you have like 25, like 50 departments, right? It will be tough. So for this, you have another option. So let me select all this data and copy this from this sheet to our employee sheet. Let us paste it somewhere here. Let's expand this. Okay, now we have our list over here. Now let us remove the data validation from this column. Clear all. Okay, now everything is cleared. Let's select OK. Now let us erase this data as well. Now let us apply the list data validation again from scratch. Go to list. Now here we can select the source. Select this particular cell and drag it until here, and it has been loaded. Now go to input message, data options, select one from the menu or the drop down, copy, error alert, select only from the drop down menu, invalid entry. Yeah, now let's select OK. Fine. Now you have the icon here. You have all the provided options. You can scroll down and select any one out of these. You can select knowledge transfer for the first one, and second one would be system analyst, and the last one would be human resources. Now in the list everything is fine. Okay, this is showing you the menu options and everything. So but what if you provide this sheet to your new joinee or new employee in your company, and by mistake he messes up something like deleting this? Okay, so we have deleted systems analyst, and when you click on the options here, you don't have systems analyst. In that place you have blank space, right? So there is a way where all your data can be messed up. So to avoid this, what you can do is you can actually save this data in a different sheet, like I did here, like department data. You can hide this sheet, or you can protect this sheet with password or something, so that nobody can mess this up. So now let us get back to the employee data and select this column and clear everything. Press OK, and let us also clear this and this as well, and this one too. Now let us eliminate the rows or cells, the employee, yeah, everything. Okay, now we have basically removed this data from here. Now let us try to apply the data validation once again. Now here let us select as list, and here let us provide the option. Let us go to next sheet. Let us select all these options and press OK. Okay, let's provide input message. Data options or department options. Yeah. Now let's select OK. Now let's hide this sheet. Now the sheet has been hidden and you still have the options. Developer, or let us provide CEO. Then we have developer. Then we have tester. So that's how you can protect your sheets as well.